Had been around then, it would have been over for Brian's reputation. Stewie jokes that he could just shoot Brian to save him the embarrassment before accidentally firing off a round in the vault. Because the whole place is bulletproof, it continues to bounce all over the place while Brian and Stewie cower under a table.
How long is this gonna last? No idea.
Sunday rolls around and Stewie asks why Brian has a gun. It seems like something a guy like Brian wouldn't own, so Stewie's confused about what he could be doing with it.
Why have it if you're not gonna use it? Is it like a sexual thing? No.
Glad we cleared that up. After poking around the bush a few more times, giggity, Brian finally admits he keeps the gun there in case he ever wants to use it on himself. He feels as though he doesn't truly live with purpose and keeps the gun as a reminder of a way out if things get too heavy.
Is there ever a time when we're truly in the present moment and not looking toward the past or the future? I mean, right there, in the moment.
Jeez, Brian, I don't know. I don't get paid enough to think that deep. Stewie admits that he wouldn't know what to do if Brian was gone, saying that he's the only person he truly likes. Professing their love of one another, the two curl up together until the next morning when the door finally opens with Brian carrying Stewie out into the light. No cutaways, no music, no gags, just one punch to the heart after another. To lighten things up, here are 3 short stories filled with superpowers, ghosts, and losing all your bones in Family Guy viewer mail number 1. Brian and Stewie introduced the episode by saying they picked their favorite 3 fan-submitted episode ideas to produce. In the first episode, titled No Bones About It, Peter finds a genie in a beer bottle promising to grant him 3 wishes. He uses his first 2 wishes on silly things like having his own theme music. Not everyone enjoys Peter's soundtrack, though, as it bothers a pretty scary-looking man on the bus.
Look, I'm sorry, buddy. I can't turn it off. Well, then, I'm gonna break every bone in your body.
Thinking fast, Peter wishes he had no bones, which turns him into a gooey puddle of flesh. I think he's never looked better. Overhearing how much of a burden he's become to his family, Peter decides to suck himself down the drain, ending up on the doorstep of Hollywood. Luckily, Peter finds work as a crash bag for action movies, though he still misses his former life and family. But his life may just turn around when he meets a doctor at a party who's preparing to begin a new type of procedure.
I'm a doctor about to conduct an experimental procedure to give bones to a jellyfish, but I'd like to try it on a human first.
Not entirely sure why a jellyfish would need bones, but this sounds like a great opportunity for Peter. The operation was a complete success, though Peter worries his family may not love him anymore. To his surprise, they were the ones who donated their bones to help him. I love a happy ending. A disgusting, hard-to-look-at happy ending. The next episode within an episode, titled Super Griffins, sees a toxic waste truck spill in front of the Griffins' house. When they touch the waste, they're given superpowers like telepathy, pyrokinesis, and extra long fingernails. I would rather have no powers instead of that. With great power comes great irresponsibility, as the Griffins use their power for personal reasons, like Lois stomping on cars to get through traffic, stealing martinis from a bar, and smiting your enemies and burning down the school in the process. The town comes together to find a way to stop the Griffins, but the family shows that they mean business.
We demand obedience or else.
Looking to fight fire with fire, Mayor Adam West goes to the toxic waste dump to give himself superpowers, but he gets something else.
Mayor West, you have lymphoma.
Oh,
When the Griffins hear the news, they go to visit the mayor in the hospital, vowing to only use their powers to help him and others from now on. Have you met this family? I give that a day before they're back on their BS. In the final viewer submission, Lil Griffins, we see the residents of Quahog shrunk down to little and kind of creepy-looking baby versions of themselves. Peter runs a boys-only club, saying that all you need in life is your pals. This sentiment doesn't hold up for too long when a new girl, Lois, joins his class.
I'd like to play doctor with her and remove her inflamed appendix before it bursts, causing sepsis.
On the playground, Peter and Quagmire vie for Lois's attention. They both challenge one another to spend the night in an old, seemingly haunted house to prove their bravery. Famous last words if I've ever heard them. The group of boys arrive at the manor, splitting off and forming their own teams. Both have the same idea to try to win the bet.
What we ought to do is pretend we're ghosts, see?
And then we'll scare the other guys out of the house.
Dressing up as a knight and ghost respectively, the duo fail to scare one another, but end up coming across what seems to be a real ghost.
Wait a second. If you're there, and I'm here, and his deadbolt is somewhere in this general area, then who the hell is that?
The boys run off scared into the night, no doubt peeing and pooping their pants. Like you wouldn't do the same. Peter and Quagmire confess to Lois that they can't stay in the house, but she reveals she's not looking for bravery, but smarts. Enter Mort Goldman.
Sorry I'm late, darling. I was checking my stool for blood.
Thanks for the update, Mort. It turns out Mort tricked them last night with a ghost projector, which causes Peter and Quagmire to run off again. And there you go, 3 episodes in 1. Let's just hope the people who submitted those ideas don't quit their day day jobs. Time to get serious again with Life of Brian, where Family Guy actually kills off the beloved dog. Things start off hot, with Stewie and Brian being chased by Native Americans with assault weapons and Humvees. Context? Never heard of it. It turns out this is all due to time travel meddling from Stewie.
You went back to 17th century Jamestown and you gave guns to the Indians, and now they're running everything.
When they try to go back home, they find that their return pad is all shot up. Hoping this universe's Stewie also has a time machine, Brian and Stewie sneak into his home and teleport back to 1700s America, grabbing the guns and then returning to their own timeline. Later that night, Brian walks in on Stewie absolutely destroying his time machine.
This time machine has almost killed us 100 times, Brian. And yesterday was just too close a call.
He's got a point. Surely he won't need it to reverse some kind of tragedy or anything. While scrapping the machine at the junkyard, the pair find a high-quality street hockey net.
You know, we should take this home and set it up, get some fresh air, get some exercise.
That's exactly what they do, admiring the beautiful day they have. It sure is great to be alive and not dead, I say. Nothing could ruin a day like...
Brian, look out!
Did I jinx it? The vet explains they've done all they can do. Brian's injuries are just too severe. A tearful Griffin family comes to say their goodbyes, with Brian mustering enough strength for his last few words.
You've given me a wonderful life. I love you all.
Give me a minute. Just play some B-roll or something. Determined to rebuild his time machine, Stewie goes to his titanium capacitor guy, but he tells him no one is building those parts anymore. Yep, my titanium capacitor guy told me the same thing. With no way to make another time machine, Brian's funeral is held for everyone to say their final goodbyes. Well, almost everyone.
Damn it, Ortiz, stop swinging at junk.
Time goes on, but the hole Brian left still remains. Lois believes the only way they can move forward is to get a new dog. At the pet shop, they manage to find the one talking dog of the lot, Vinny.
Just a regular guy. You throw a stick, maybe I bring it back. Maybe I bring back an iPhone that fell off a truck.
That's good enough for Peter. Vinny's coming home. Vinny seems to be hitting it off with the family already, but Stewie is still skeptical as they don't seem to mesh as well as he and Brian did. When Vinny finds